Alright, real quick, I had a lot of people giving me some grief on what I did with that guy that I hit on the bicycle a few days ago. I just sort of want to state my case. Was it the wrong thing to do? Yeah, on hindsight. But there's a gap of time that was missing between the time I hit him and the time the video picked up and I was standing in the street. When I was driving, I did not see him hit his bicycle on the car in front of me. Even I reviewed the footage on the camera, I couldn't tell that he had done that. It was only when I got it on my computer on that big screen that I zoomed in and I saw that. What I had on my camera was a brief second of him on his bicycle. Then the camera zoomed in and I pointed it somewhere else. And then I hit him. So I didn't really get the point of contact, which was the important part. When I hit him, I thought that I had hit an old man on a bicycle in China with my mom in the car and a friend who I had just met that day. I was shocked and saddened and scared, and my only thought was for this man that I had hit. At the point in time, I thought I was going to be in serious trouble, probably go to jail, and on top of it hurt some poor innocent individual. I jumped out of the car. I immediately went down to him, who was it turns out feigning an injury, and his bicycle was sort of perfectly jammed next to the car, and his bicycle was really a piece of shit. It was really a junked out bicycle. Hindsight, he was using this as his bicycle to get attention, so a junked out bicycle was all he needed. But I tapped him on the shoulder and I said, "Are you okay? Are you okay? Can I get anything for you?" I was really trying to be kind to him. We were in a really busy intersection, which was to his advantage. And I said, "I'm gonna move the car up and then I'll come back and see you." So then I got in the car and I moved up 1 block. Now, had I known that this was a scam, I would have just driven away. That was the best solution. If I knew it was a scam, 100%, I should have just driven away and not turned around and let it go. But I thought I hurt an innocent individual, and I am not going to drive away from a situation like that. I'm going to take responsibility for my actions. Even though, like if I really did hit an innocent person on the road in China and I caused that person injury, I could get in really serious trouble. My heart was up in my throat, my mind was spinning, and I was not only worried about this guy that I hit, but I was worried about my future. And so I pulled up a block ahead. I could have run away, but I pulled up a block ahead. I stopped. I got Annie on the phone. I told her that I hit somebody in the road and I'm gonna go back and see how he is. And I got out of the car, and by the time I got out of the car, he was hobbling his way towards me. Now, that was my first impression that something was weird, because he was literally walking towards me. And when he was walking towards me, I still didn't understand that I was involved in a con. I just thought as, oh my God, he can walk. Thank God. Thank God he's not like debilitated. And so he was walking up towards me. And so my mind is still not thinking I'm in the middle of a scam. It's thinking I didn't hurt him as bad as I could have. And so he comes up, and I think at that point in time I was like putty, and I was just kind of flowing however it was. And I had Annie on the phone, so I said, "Here, talk to Annie, because, you know, tell her how you're feeling." And it was Annie that initiated the money part of the conversation. And when she was like, "Is there any amount of money that you need to like let this thing go?" And when he threw out 1,000 RMB, which is about 150 bucks US, then the situation switched, and it was more of a, oh, this guy's got his hand out, and it's less about my injury and more about making a quick buck. But I was too far down the rabbit hole at that point in time emotionally, and I was so affected about what I just did that I was thinking, okay, well, at this point in time I hit a guy in the road and he just wants some money so that he can get his bike fixed. And for me, that means that I don't have to worry about possibly going to jail. I don't have to worry about this man. He can take care of himself with a little bit of money. Let's just do it. And it was naive of me, I know, totally naive, but I felt like it was a good solution. Then Gabby, the guy who was with me, was starting to talk to me and saying, he really just wants money. And I was thinking, well, if he's a scammer, and I was thinking about the video I took and the fact that I turned the camera away before he hit me, so I didn't even have that. So I was thinking, if I pay him, I can be done out of it. If I argue with him and the police end up coming, then my odds shift. The odds are that I would be able to get out from under it. It would take a lot of time. I would have to wait for the police. But there is a slim chance that it would have been turned against me. Maybe some drunk people would have come out of some bars nearby and seen some foreign guy who just ran over a Chinese person and would have started a confrontation with me, which I've heard in the news. Maybe the police would have sided with an old man who was weaker than me. And here I am with this nice car driving around China. Could have gone a number of different ways. By paying him right there, I could cleanly get out of the situation and have no weight on my conscience. Even at the very end of that situation, by the time I handed him the money, I still thought possibly that this was simply an old man that I got into an accident with that was injured, and that a little bit of money would satiate his issue and allow him to buy a new bicycle. So I was still feeling like if I gave him money, my conscience was clear, I'd feel good about it. And no matter a scam or not, there's nothing that I could regret other than I gave him money. And money comes and goes, but hurting somebody, you can't get away from that. So obviously, if I had known 100% that I saw him tap that car in front of me, then I ran up and he tapped me and fell down next to the car, I would have probably just kept on driving. If I knew that he wasn't obviously injured. Even if he was scamming me and he was injured, I would have probably stopped. So anyways, yeah, that's the story. I just thought I'd clarify. I gotta get Mom's train ticket tomorrow. We're going to Shanghai, doing a bunch of stuff. And so yeah, going to do that.